Welcome to Out and About on the Recumbents. Let's go. Ride low. Ride recumbent. Hey, good morning. It's BJ and Joe Hondo from Out and About on the Recumbents. It's Sunday, the 29th of December, and we are headed over to Manitou Springs eventually via the Midland Trail. This here is the Singing Boulevard, as I call it. It's hard to tell, but I don't know if the mic will pick that up, but yeah, they have music going here all the time, all the way down to the Paralympic Museum here. The big structure there is the actual museum, and then towards the back there is the Sky Bridge. Nice view of Pikes Peak in the background. That's the Flame Cafe up there. All right. So, yeah, it's a very breezy day today. It's sunny at least for now. I'm sure by afternoon the clouds will come back in, because that's the way they've been, except for yesterday. Yesterday the clouds were around most of the day, but it did get a little better towards the late afternoon. So now we're heading down to I can never remember the name of the street. I think it's Cimarron. Yeah, there we go, Cimarron Street. Across the way there is the Widener Soccer Stadium, home of our professional soccer team. Widener Field. And we're going up the bridge here on the Cimarron bike walking path, I guess you would call it. It's pretty short. It only goes a little direction over here, and it will take you into America the Beautiful Park. That's the Sky Bridge, that white flying saucer looking thing. Got a definitely nice view of our range of foothills and mountains behind those. Like I said, it's a nice sunny day. That's America the Beautiful Park down there, which we won't go into. Oop. Good thing I saw a shadow. It would be nice if they'd tell you when they're passing, you know. Luckily I saw a shadow, so. Oh boy, I'm gonna have to be careful because I got the wrong brake. Luckily, with drum brakes, they don't pull to one side or the other. So you just kind of now we pick up the Midland Trail here. Sorry for the bumpy old bridge. You know, this is a ride we do quite a bit. To be totally honest, this is probably our favorite ride. This and Cottonwood are probably our favorite rides. Good morning, passing on your left, thank you. Yeah, at the bridge there is part of Highway 24, and if you go underneath it, you will pick up 8th Street. They don't really have a bike path over there, they have kind of a sidewalk. And then eventually, as you're heading, I guess it would technically be south on 8th Street, they do have an actual bike lane. Usually this is full of homeless, so it's a lot cleaner than it normally is. But we're going to go the other direction to the right here and stay on the Midland Trail. And we're heading for the 8th Street intersection with the Midland Trail. Yeah, there's 3 major intersections. You have 8, 21, and 31. And then several minor ones, but these are the ones that will cause you to have to actually stop. Well, yeah, we're almost to 2025. I hope you are still enjoying a little of the holidays, unless you had to go back to work. And even then, I hope, you know, maybe your work's a little more mellow, you know. They usually are, at least a bit. Of course, I'm an old factory worker, and factories are funny, you know. They always seem to slow down a little during the holidays. Okay, we're coming up on the intersection here. See anybody? This is tough. Okay, gotta back up a little bit. Say good morning, Joe. So yeah, we're like I said, on the Midland Trail. Sorry for all the traffic noise. We're at 8th Street, Midland Trail, and I think what I'm going to do is turn it off for just a minute, and then we'll catch you on the other side. Okay, we're back. And as you can see, the trail goes right along Highway 24. And there's a lot of people that, well, I don't know exactly where they'd be going today. Maybe up to Woodland Park, or maybe they're headed home from the holiday. If you lived up in Woodland Park, Cripple Creek, any of those places, even little places like Deckers, because I don't think there's any actual homes around Deckers. It's too small. Maybe, you know, an odd out there in the mountains someplace, but that's a road where I seriously wish they'd, you know, they had a bike lane all the way, because that'd be a beautiful road. But boy, I'll tell you, you'd really need to assist coming back out of Deckers, because it's all uphill. I mean uphill too, boy. So now we're slowly heading to the west side of Colorado Springs, old Colorado City, and then into Manitou. But now, yeah, there is actually a Colorado City, but that is way south, south of Walsenburg. Actually, I think it's just before Walsenburg, yeah. It's just before Walsenburg. And that's a good, oh, probably 80 to 100 miles from Colorado Springs, heading south on I-25. This is old Colorado City here on the west side of Colorado Springs, because believe it or not, at one time old Colorado City was actually considered the capital of Colorado before Denver took the official title. So we could have been the capital of Colorado, but didn't work out that way. Denver always had more mass and stuff, and a lot more rich people. And let's face it, when it really comes down to it, it's kind of the rich people or the government people that decide everything in our lives. That is really sad when you think about it. But like I said, even though the Midland Trail also has the shame factor of being known as the Hobo Trail, it's still one of our favorite rides. And we have found that if you don't bother the homeless, they usually won't bother you. You know, if you're going to go around pretending that you're so much better than they are, then, well, okay, maybe they will. But we don't do that. We feel very fortunate to be where we are. We're just hoping that the next president and his political cronies don't take away our Social Security retirement income, because we'd be devastated. We would literally be joining these folks out here, you know. sleeping outside and freezing, and pretty much starving too, probably. There's only so many, you know, places where you could get a meal, and they only do it like once a day, I think, maybe twice. But yeah, it will be a really rough time for us, and I'm sorry to bring it up, but it's looming out there, and we're scared to death. I'll be honest with you. Okay, that's enough of that. Yeah, like I said, yesterday's ride was a lot colder. Well, not a lot. It's still pretty chilly today. The wind's got a bite to it today, but at least with the sun out, I don't know, maybe it just makes you feel a little warmer. That might be all it is. It just makes you feel a little warmer. But we have to jump off the trail here at 21st Street. We go down 21st Street over to Highway 24 and pick up you know, an actual lighted crossing to get across, and then pick up a back street that will take us over to 25th Street, and then we can rejoin the Midland Trail. Yeah, I don't know, you know, what the, you know, why they haven't been able to, you know, build that piece between 21st Street and 25th Street of the trail, because there is a, you know, a creek of some sort that, you know, cuts back through that whole area. But I think what it is there's a lot of, real small businesses, and I think, you know, you'd have to get their permission to be able to go, you know, for them to build a trail, and I guess they're not willing to do that, which is a real shame, because it's the, you know, the last piece for this particular trail until you get into Manitou, and then they're adding slowly but surely, very slowly but surely. They've got the basically at a certain point when you go into Manitou, it changes from the Midland Trail to the the Creekside Trail. Actually, it's Creek Walk Trail, and they've added a little bit to that over the last couple of years, and then hopefully they'll add more. Howdy. Right now it goes all the way to I can't think of the name of the street. I think it's like Mayfair or something like that street, but it goes to the Manitou Springs Chamber of Commerce building, and I think the next phase will take it from there over to the Manitou Springs Visitor Center. And that, you know, that'll be nice. That'll be really nice. And then the final phase is they'll, you know, take it into town, in the Manitou Springs itself. Okay, I got to get a little closer because we got a large contingent of homeless here, and don't want to torque anybody off. So I'll just kind of give you a back view here so we can get by. Morning! Passing on your left, thank you. I like the cat. That gentleman had a cat on his rack bag on his bike. Yeah. Tell you, the pets are pretty amazing. They can, I've seen, I know, you know, several people that had a dog on a motorcycle, and all they had was, you know, like a rug on the gas tank, and the dog could you know, constantly balanced. All right, now we're gonna turn, go down into Highway 24. Because they want you to go up to Kachara Street over here and go down Kachara Street, but it's a pretty thin street, to be honest with you. And on top of that, it has a lot of parked traffic. So you're really having to, you know, go play with the cars to be able to do it. Okay, so when we get down here to Highway 24 and 21st Street intersection, I'm going to go ahead and turn it off for a little while, and we'll pick it back up at when we pick the actual trail back up. All right. Okay, we'll be back. Okay, we're back. We're now at Midland Trail and 25th Street, and coming up on 26th Street, but we don't have to go through a crossing because we have a little bridge that goes underneath. Take us over by Vermejo Park. So here we go. But yeah, so from here we're gonna head over to 31st Street, and then we're gonna stop for lunch and some hot tea. It's a little too warm for iced tea, a little too cold rather for iced tea today. If we had another 5 degrees plus, you know, we might be able to switch over to iced tea, but because of the chill of the breeze, we'll probably do hot tea today. No problem.
Have a great day.
You too. Good as possible. Yeah, they have a gigantic, to the left here, they have a gigantic RV graveyard. I mean, some of them I think, you know, are still good and they're used and taken care of, but I think most of them are just derelicts that haven't budged or moved or anything else in a decade, you know, or more, you know. And then they have a little old campground on the other side of the bridge here. The little old campground's been here for as long as I can remember, and I grew up on the west side till 7th grade, and we moved to Security. That's where I met Joe. Yeah, you can kind of see some of these folks are permanent, you know, they've got chalks all the way around everything and everything's covered, and some of them are just you know, temporary, like this one here. You can tell that he's become very permanent, but hey, it's a place to live. All right, so we're coming up on 31st Street here, across in front of the campground here. Okay, looks like we're good, but yeah, so I know that was kind of short, but everything over here is going to be heavy traffic and waiting on lights and everything else, so we'll go ahead and get back with you. Bye. Okay, well, we're back. We're now we're still technically on the Midland Trail, but we're into Manitou Springs itself, and we're gonna go you know, follow the trail so it turns into the Creek Walk Trail, and then follow it to its end. We stopped off at the Starbucks at Colorado Avenue and 31st Street. We got ourselves a funny sounding hot green tea called something Empress and Clouds Mist. Yeah, really weird name, but it's a really good tea. And it's a simple green tea where a lot of times they like to put too much junk in it, you know, different weirdo things that Joe and I don't really think much of. So this takes you under Colorado Manitou Avenue. Yeah, it's a little nasty down here. Coming up! Yeah, I don't know why they made that corner so tight. It just seems silly, but they did. They, you know, because, I mean, you know, they built this whole thing, so they could have made that corner a little wider, made it go out a little more. Howdy. And they didn't do a very good job when they did the concrete here, because it's really rough. And the other side's smooth, so it's just like, you know, when it was laid, they just didn't quite do the job they should have. But yeah, this is the Adams Crossing Bridge that we're going over now, over Fountain Creek. It's really funny because for years I thought I thought this was Cheyenne Creek. I didn't realize that it was actually Fountain Creek. So basically, where America the Beautiful Park is, the original name for that park was Confluence Park, because it was where the Monument Creek and the Fountain Creek joined each other. And from that point south, it's technically Fountain Creek and not Monument Creek anymore. At least that's the way I figure it. hopefully that's the way it'll work out. But one thing I forgot to do though is charge my battery a little more when we were at lunch. Not even sure I brought the don't think I did. I think I forgot it. Now, like I said, right here it turns into the Creek Walk Trail. Although it says City of Colorado Springs, it's actually, right now we should be in Manitou officially. And we go through a couple of parks. The first park will be Fields Park, and which has a skateboard bowl and a little playground, a couple of pickleball courts, and a real nice even has a 9-hole practice disc golf practice course. So oh, they took down all the fence. That's interesting. Yeah, this used to have a fence all the way across. You can see right there. I wonder why they did that. That's interesting. Very interesting. Wonder if somebody bought the property or something. Yeah, that is strange. It's had a fence for years. Makes you wonder why they'd take it down. Okay, now we gotta cross over. I don't know what this street here is, but we gotta cross over it. Okay, now we're coming into Fields Park. There, for the longest time, they didn't have any signage telling you what the name of this park was. Yeah, it's just a so we just called it the Skateboard Bowl Park. You can see some kids over there. And this has got a nice little playground. Hello. And they've got some kind of cool artwork along the trail. Pickleball court. I still think I'd like to try to learn how to do that, but it'd just be me and Joe. I don't want to play on any leagues or any silly thing like that. That's just not my style. Not anymore. I'm too slow. I used to love they really opened this up. They did a whole bunch of what do they call it? Oh, I can't think of the name of it. Probably for fire, but mitigation. It's like they did a whole bunch of mitigation work, because this is usually so thick you can't hardly see into it. So that's kind of cool. But this is just such a nice it's part of why it's our favorite, well, one of our two favorite trails here in Colorado Springs, is that it follows the creeks. And if we could ever solve our homeless problem, during the day, because they can go to the shelters at night, but in the daytime the homeless folks are on their own, because they just they throw them out of the shelters at 7 a.m. and you just have to fend for yourself. And the problem of it is they've got nowhere to go, so they have to end up using the trails to congregate and to have some place to wait it out till it gets to be to where the shelter will open up and let you in for the night. And howdy, that really does it doesn't work. I don't, you know, it just doesn't work. They need some place to go during the day. We need to build some kind of infrastructure where they've got a daytime option, you know, where they can, instead of, you know, being outside in the cold and freezing to death, or in the heat of summer, you know, and someplace that, you know, has water. I'm not saying make them a motel. I'm just saying, you know, just like a big meeting hall. That's a cool, check that out. Little 54 Chevy. That's a beaut, boy. Some people are really talented when it comes to the cars. Coming through. Yeah, since I can't, since I've only got one hand because I got the camera, I can't get to my bell right away. So I have to, I shout. Not sure that anybody will hear me. Howdy. But I got a big old edge here. There we go. Bump, bump. All right. Yeah, this is Shriver Park here, or Shriver. I'm not sure how you exactly pronounce it, but either one works. We'll probably stop there on the way back, use the porta potty, and then head back, you know, slowly back towards the storage unit, because you can only stay out so late, because you really don't want to be out, you know, by the time the sun starts going down, you know, which is around 4 o'clock, 4:30. Yeah, you really don't want to. Boy, I'll tell you, it's weird, because if you look at the way the weather reads temperature, it's, you know, basically showing that the warmest part of the day should be about 2 o'clock in the afternoon, but it never feels like that. It always feels like once it gets past noon, you know, the temperature starts dropping slowly but surely. Sometimes not very slowly, but yeah, that's a weird deal. Well, thank you guys for coming along again. Again, I apologize that it's always the same old rides, but there's just not much I can do about that. All right. Well, thank you very much. Have a great day. Passing. Thank you. Thank you. Good. Have a great day. There's a deer over there. Yeah, there's a deer over there. Morning. Oh, there's a whole bunch of deer over there. Yeah, there's always deer around here, it seems like. All right. Yeah. Yeah, there's a nice little picnic area here. Gonna let this bike come down. Have a great day. Hello. Yeah, they put this in. Oh, it's probably been a year plus, you know. I don't know if it's quite been 2, but pretty close. And this is the new section from Shriver Park to Mayfair here. And that's the end of it. Yeah. Eventually, like I said, we hope they'll go to the next phase one of these days, but They don't seem to be in any type of a big hurry. We're just gonna go around the building here. Yeah, Mayfair Avenue, that's where it ends. Okay. So, got lots of big trucks over here today. Lots of big trucks. In Texas. I'm gonna go over the little wooden bridge here. This is about the nicest bike rack I've ever seen. But of course, they don't fit recumbent trikes. That's one thing you will notice if you go from a regular bicycle to a recumbent trike. To be honest with you, nobody ever thinks about recumbent trikes. They just don't. Check it out, there's a duck right there. Yeah. Little bench over there. People to sit. Yeah, I have to admit, I would not mind living in Manitou Springs at all. If Joe and I were wealthier, I'd think seriously about moving to Manitou Springs, just because, I don't know, their attitude is great, man. You know, it's still a very touristy little town, you know, and they cater to the tourist, and they cater to the people that live here, and I just like their attitude. All right, well, like I said, we're gonna slide back to Schriever Park here and use the facilities, and then we'll be heading home. So we won't be recapping everything. Howdy. Hello, passing on your left. Thank you. One more behind me. Have a good day. Gotta make a pretty tight turn here into Schriever Park. Howdy. Okay. Oh, come on, baby. Oh no, I'm going off the edge. Yeah, that's what I was afraid of. See, if I can keep the rear wheel on, I'll be okay. There we go. But yeah, this is where they have their community swimming pool, basketball courts, little home gym, log gym, whatever you want to call it. Oh, they rebuilt the restrooms. That's interesting. Oh yeah, they did too. Okay. All right. So we're going to stop here, and we will get back to you. Bye. Well, we're back, but not for very long. I'm down to about 25% battery. Yeah, we're in downtown Colorado Springs now on the Costello Street bike lane, and we're working our way back over to the Good Neighbors Meeting House. Catch us another hot tea before we head for the storage unit, because the temperature has definitely dropped. It's still sunny, and it's only 10 minutes till 2 p.m. Mountain Standard Time, but that temp has definitely dropped. it'd be a lot chillier. Don't know if the temps drop so much or the winds just come up. The wind is chilly. Car back. But yeah, just want to say again, thanks for coming along for the ride. And if you're new, welcome. We're not gonna make it, Joe. At least we got a little sunshine here, though. Not much, but a little. But yeah, we'd love to have you as a full-time subscriber. And if you are one of our long-term subscribers, thank you very much. We do appreciate it, having you guys and gals hang in there with us. But yeah, we're heading over to pick up the Weber Street bike lane because it's a bit quicker than the Shooks Run Trail. Get us over to Good Neighbors. And then we'll head for the storage unit, put them away, and walk our 1.2 miles back to the apartment as fast as we possibly can. And then make ourselves some kind of dinner for tonight. And I think we're gonna have turkey burgers tonight. And yes, I agree, they're not as good as hamburgers, but we try to do something, you know, to make our menu at least a little healthier. So supposedly turkey's better for you than run it. Okay, no, I'm sorry, we're not gonna make it. We're down to one. I thought it was up a little higher than it was when I looked at it. But yeah, being a Sunday, downtown's pretty, you know, unless you're over on Tejon Street at Restaurant Row, downtown's pretty unbusy. So, yeah, normally we go over to Shooks Run, but it's a little further up that way, and it's this is a little faster, I think, because we don't have to jog on and off and that type of thing, you know. And just, although the only bad thing about, you know, any of the bike lanes is that the lights are a little long sometimes. But better go ahead and, you know, throw the motto at you and finish this up. It's enough to be on your way. It's enough just to cover ground. It's enough to be moving on. Right now moving's good because otherwise it's cold. So moving on is a good thing. Yeah. Gotta go over here and get through the apartment zone and everything. So till next time, from BJ and Joe Ondo out and about on the Recumbents. Till we see you again, or you see us first. Happy trails. Bye.